Welcome back, guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're going to be doing a video about Xpeng. Before I start the video, guys, please make sure to leave a like on the video below. Subscribe to the channel for more awesome content. Join the family, guys. Let's go on our investing journey together. Today we're going to be talking about Xpeng. Should you buy Xpeng stock at $45.17? What's the future of this company? And where is my personal price prediction for Xpeng at the end of 2022? I just want everybody to know everything I say in my videos is not financial advice. It's just my personal opinion and for educational purposes only. So with that being said, let's get started with the video. So today we're going to be talking about Xpeng. Is Xpeng a good buy at $45.17? If you don't know what Xpeng actually does, Xpeng is an EV company that is also based out of China. And I do want people to know that, Xpeng is, in my opinion, a very good buy at $45.17. The company is growing. It just introduced new products recently in the fall time. And then they also have the P5 sedan, which is just absolutely amazing. But if we take a look at it from a bigger perspective, we can definitely see that, a lot of people are kind of starting to throw their money into high growth stocks once again because they're kind of chartering in deep value territory. What do I mean by this? I mean, like if we take a look at the 3-month chart, up 22.05%, which is really good. But if we take a look at the 1-year chart, down 4.79%. But Xpeng did have a high at some point. Here we can definitely see on November 27th of 2020, that this stock was basically trading around $75 a share, and right now it's trading about almost half of that value, along with a lot of other growth EV stocks. Now, this is just because, we have a new kind of COVID running around. There's been a lot of tension with China. So a lot of people kind of get turned off by Xpeng in the sense that, okay, a lot of Chinese stocks aren't doing well. There's a huge chip shortage that's kind of taking over the world right now. And it's hard for these car manufacturers to continue to produce cars at the maximum efficiency that they actually do want to. On top, we have a new case of COVID running around, which is a whole mess in its own. So a lot of these, high growth stocks, quote unquote, they kind of took a dive for the worst. But Xpeng, in my personal opinion, right now is the perfect time to buy Xpeng because this company does have a lot of longer term potential. We could definitely see that there is a lot of people out there who are buying Xpeng because they know that the company is going to do very, very well. So we know that Kathy Wood, she bought $4.3 million worth of Xpeng stock, which already goes to show that she does invest in a lot of high growth stocks. You know what I mean? So, she says that this company does have a lot of upside potential. In my personal opinion, right now is the perfect time to be buying these stocks because they're severely discounted. A lot of these companies are doing very, very well, but their stock price is not reflecting that. Why? Because there's a lot of external factors that are kind of playing the commands here when it comes to the stock market right now. Like I said, chip shortage and COVID, and then Xpeng being a Chinese company, there's a lot of Chinese, tensions with the U.S., and there's, always possible delisting fears with Chinese stocks. In my personal opinion, I don't think any Chinese stocks are getting delisted unless they're up to fraud or something like that. But people are genuinely concerned about delisting frauds when it comes to Chinese companies. So people are a little bit more hesitant to invest. But I'm telling you guys, I do think right now that Xpeng is a very good buy. As you can see, it's up 3.31%. 1 week, it's up 3.17%. I hold a lot of Xpeng. I also hold a lot of NIO. I like both companies. I do think NIO is going to be one of the top ones, along with Xpeng as well. A lot of people do see that Xpeng right now is doing better, just as far as stock price and actually selling cars and stuff like that as well. So NIO is kind of falling behind just a little bit, but I am super bullish on both of these stocks because, like I said, I do think that Xpeng does have the potential chance to hit $100 by the end of 2022. I think now that there's a lot of adjusted expectations from these companies because of the chip shortage and COVID and really seeing what these companies can actually bring to the table, people's expectations as far as numbers and how many cars they're going to sell are going to be tempered to what's kind of going on from the external source. So if we take a look at it, Xpeng is still doing very, very well. And we could see that, they announced the upcoming G9 SUV, which will be the first to support Xpilot 4.0, the company's newest advanced driver assistance system, scheduled to be available in the first half of 2023. And we could definitely see that, Xpeng in itself is also expanding. It's already expanded into Europe and it's already expanding into other parts of the world. So it's doing its job that, to basically show itself that it's going to be a top EV company. So this company is definitely headed in the right direction. I don't feel like Xpeng does get enough attention compared to a lot of other EV companies. I do think that Xpeng is severely undervalued, and I also do think it's, severely underrated as well. I do see a lot of long-term vision with Xpeng stock. And like I said, even Kathy Wood, she sunk a lot of money into this overall company because she does believe on the bullish outlook of Xpeng. And with a lot of people, for me, we have to take a look at it. You know, a lot of the EV companies we're going to be investing into, they're going to be longer term holds regardless of the fact. The reason is because EV takes time to develop. You know, imagine where this stock price could be in the next 1 year or 2 years or 3 years or 4 years, because EV is still a market that's growing. It still has to be able to adapt itself, and it still has to be able to kind of work out the kinks. Like I said, right now we have COVID and a chip shortage and all these external factors that are affecting the stock price. So when these things kind of just blow over, you know, these stocks are going to basically increase in super high value. This is why I do recommend that if you guys are interested in buying Xpeng stock, now is the perfect time to be picking up the stock. Right now, sitting at $45.24. I'm still adding the Xpeng stock. I do think that the company is going to do very, very well. I do think the company does have the potential to hit $100 by the end of 2022. Seeing how many cars that they're selling, you know, it's outselling its Chinese competitors. It just dropped a new SUV. It continues to expand. You know, so if we take a look at it from a bigger perspective, Xpeng is headed in the right direction for a lot of massive growth over the next couple of years. I know right now people, like I said, are hesitant to buy Chinese companies. I can completely understand everybody's rational fears that are kind of going on with the stock market right now. You know, like I said, you know, there's a lot of external fears with COVID and stuff like that. Possible delisting fears, which is probably one of the biggest reasons why people don't really want to sink money into these stocks. But I'm telling you guys, you're going to be shooting yourselves in the foot if you guys do not pick up Xpeng at $45.23. I absolutely do recommend a buy on this stock. With that being said, guys, that's all I really have to say about the video. You guys let me know down in the comments section below, guys, what you think of Xpeng stock. Do you guys think Xpeng is a good buy at $45.23? If you guys own Xpeng stock, how many shares do you guys own and what's your average? I'm always very curious to know. With that being said, guys, thank you. Have a great day.